Tonight we're going to tackle that age-old, I don't want to give up my pasta. In low-carb diets, as you know, there's lots of sugar in wheat-based pasta. It's all cow food. Turns into sugar in the bloodstream, turns into fat. Tonight we're going to replace that beautiful chicken Parmesan meal with noodles, spaghetti sauce, beautiful fresh mozzarella cheese. And it's all going to be low sugar, low carb. So the first challenge we have is, what do we coat our chicken with? That's challenge number one. Let's take a look. What we're going to do is we're going to take a bag of pork rinds. We'll cut the top off the bag now, and we're going to drop them inside of our food processor, just like this. Just this simple. This is going to be our coating. We're going to take 1 tablespoon of soy flour, which is going to lighten up just a little bit, and we're going to drop a tablespoon of soy flour into our food processor. And now we're going to put a nice little handful of Italian seasoning into our food processor. I'm going to go ahead and close it and hit the button. And ladies and gentlemen, when you're done with that, what you have is you have this beautiful coating that you can use to replace the flour that's going to coat your chicken. Now we need our chicken cutlets. Now what we're going to do is we're going to take a chicken breast, put it inside of a plastic bag. I've already done one of them. We're going to take a wine bottle or a water bottle, and we're going to pound it out. Just like that. Pretend it's the tax man. All right, just that simple. Now we're going to take this bag right here. We're going to take this chicken right out of here, and watch what we do. We've got a beaten egg over here. We're going to take this chicken, we're going to put it inside of our egg, and then we're going to put it inside of our coating, just like this. Just like that. Coat that up nice. And that's going to go into our hot skillet where we have about 4 tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil. So let's get the second one into that egg wash. And don't be afraid to get your fingers dirty. That's all about cooking. And we'll just take this like this, coat it up nice. Make sure we have a good solid coating all the way around this chicken. I can smell that beautiful Italian seasoning in there. And being ground pork rinds, there's no sugar, there's no gluten, there's no carbohydrates inside of that nice olive oil. Okay, now we have our chicken cooking. Let me crank the heat up just a little bit over here. The next thing we're going to deal with is we're going to deal with our pasta. Now, what I use is shirataki tofu noodles. And as you can take a look here, you'll see it looks just like spaghetti. You see that? Now we're going to go over here to this little skillet. I'm going to crank it up a little bit. There we go. To this skillet, we're going to put in a little olive oil and a little butter. And we'll get that melting. Our chicken's doing real well over here, isn't it? Now, let's head back over here to the board. And what I've done is I've sliced up some fresh mozzarella cheese. Now what we're going to do is take this basil, fresh basil off our basil plant. Oh, that basil smells so good. We're going to just trim off these leaves, just like this, off the stem. We're going to roll these guys up. And we're just going to slice them a little bit. We're going to use some fresh basil inside of our pasta. I wish you could smell this. It smells so good. Okay, so this is going to go inside of our pasta just like that. And that's going to go inside of our melted butter and our oil right over here. There we go. We'll just take this just like this. We're starting to sizzle. We'll just mix this in. We're just going to drop that right in here like this. I'm going to get that pasta ready to go. Just like that. A little bit of fresh salt. And a little bit of fresh ground pepper. And now, the secret ingredient. This is a beautiful Pecorino Romano cheese. Oh God, it smells so good. What we're going to do is we're going to just grind a little bit of that inside of that noodle, just like that. Oh, if you could smell this, it's absolutely wonderful. Now we'll take our tongs. There we go. And we'll toss it around just a little bit, just like that. beautiful. Now, the sauce we're going to use is a very low carb, low sugar, pre-made spaghetti sauce. Terrific stuff. It's Victoria. It's only got 4 carbohydrates for a half a cup and 2 grams of fiber. And you subtract the fiber from the total carbohydrates. So what you end up with is you end up with a net 2 carbohydrates for half a cup of this wonderful spaghetti sauce. We're going to use about 1.5 cups. We'll dump some of that in just like this. There we go. Just let that do its thing. Just like that. Now coming back over here, as we can see our chicken's doing well. Now it's time to flip it. Look at that. Can you see that? Look at those beautiful Italian seasonings. Look at that. Beautiful. Doesn't get much better than that, ladies and gentlemen. Let's toss this over here a little bit. I'm going to toss our pasta, mix that sauce in there, just like that. We're going to let that continue to heat up all by itself. Doesn't that look wonderful? Okay, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to want to melt our cheese on top of our chicken Parmesan. So the way to do that is as soon as this has had a chance to cook through, we'll strain the grease, we'll put the chicken back in, we'll put some spaghetti sauce around it, put the cheese on, and put the cover on. And then we'll plate the whole meal, and it'll be bon appetit. Okay, we're back. Now our chicken is absolutely cooked all the way through. And what we're going to want to do now is we're going to want to take the chicken out of this fat and set it on this plate right over here on our cutting board. Just like that. We don't want to eat all that extra olive oil. And what we want to do is strain that olive oil into a heat-proof container. Just like that. Now we'll come over here and we'll put the rest of our spaghetti sauce right in here like this. Oh, is that beautiful or what? Now we're going to take these and we're going to put them in just like that. We're going to flip them one time, just like that. That makes sure both sides are coated. Now we'll take our beautiful slices of fresh mozzarella cheese. And we're going to lay the fresh mozzarella cheese right on top of our chicken, just like this. Look at how easy that is. And you know that this is going to be ooey gooey and real tasty. Okay, we'll drop a cover on that, just like that. And we'll get ready to plate our food. So here's plate number 1, here's plate number 2. Let's go over and take a look at our pasta. It's all cooked through and hot now. As you can see, that sauce is all incorporated. Let's take it over here and we'll plate that just like this. Oh, look at that. Can you see that? Isn't that beautiful? Oh yeah, that's going to require one of those spoons and a fork so we can twirl it up. That's a twirler. No doubt about that. We'll put this one right over here like this. Absolutely lovely, just like that. It's got that fresh basil in there. Oh, how good is that? I wish you could smell it. Absolutely smells wonderful. Okay, the next thing we're going to want to do is we're going to want to plate our chicken. It's all done. The cheese is melted, as you can see. So we'll take out chicken breast number 1. Here we go. Get rid of that. And we'll take out chicken breast number 2, just like that. And now we've got a little bit of beautiful sauce left in there. And let's go ahead and drizzle some sauce on there like that. And a little sauce on there like that. And we'll finish the whole thing off with a nice grinding of Lucatelli, Pecorino, Romano cheese for all that extra flavor. And there you have it, just for your enjoyment. Bon appetit!